Tianpeng Counterattack, the Immortal Master dominates the three kingdoms. Chapter 1 The Adventures of the Northeast Gangsters. In the cold and windy northeast town, the streets and alleys are dimly lit, and the taverns are noisy. Tianpeng stood on the street corner, the corners of his mouth raised slightly, but his eyes were as cold as the cold winter. I've been in the mix for so many years, and today I have to let you remember my name. He clenched his fists and then rushed towards the ruffian who was shouting. The melee broke out, punching to the flesh and blood splattering in the air. Tianpeng was dexterous and ferocious, although his moves were rough, but he had a natural ruthlessness, causing the enemy to fall to the ground one after another. As a gangster, he never thought that he would do anything big. One day, by chance, at night, he heard a low voice in the ruined temple. The chi veins in your body are abnormal, and you are born with spiritual roots, so it is suitable for cultivating the way of truth. The voice came from a middle-aged man in armor with a majestic look between his eyebrows. Who are you? Tianpeng's eyes widened, both suspicious and curious in his heart. I am Marshal Tianpeng, and I have been sent by heaven to the lower world to look for someone with whom I am destined to be with. I am willing to accept you as my disciple and teach you the art of cultivation. Tianpeng was shocked for a while. Cultivating? He had only heard of this thing in novels, but he didn't expect it to really come to him. Okay, I'll go with you. He clenched his fists and made up his mind. Chapter 2 Dominating the Northeast for a year. Marshal Tianpeng's cultivation and teachings were like rain falling from the sky. Tianpeng practiced hard for a year, his body became more and more vigorous, his breath was strong, and he finally broke through the condensation period and became the legendary Earth Immortal. Earth Immortal? What is that? The neighbors exclaimed. It is an existence that is hundreds of times stronger than ordinary people. Tianpeng smiled, his eyes full of domineering. In his spare time, he began to sweep through the northeast underworld. His two most powerful generals, Qin Jianghu and Liu Fifeng, were his most capable right-hand men. Qin Jianghu is a strong man who is thick and thin, wielding a knife like the wind. Liu Fifeng is the pinnacle of light skills, and the hidden weapon assassination is unparalleled. The three formed an iron triangle, and no one dared to provoke them. In less than a year, the northeast underworld was completely controlled by Tianpeng. Everyone respectfully called him Heavenly Immortal, and he was feared by everyone. Chapter 3 3 Years of Unification of China's Underworld. With the improvement of his cultivation, Tianpeng recruited troops and united with many forces to sweep away some underworld forces in North China, East China, and even Jiangnan within 3 years. If the world is not chaotic, the underworld will not stop. He sneered at the secret meeting. What I want is not to mess around, but to unify the entire Chinese underworld. In the bloody storm again and again, he made friends with heroes from all walks of life in the rivers and lakes and established a huge underground force Tianpeng gang. Black and white are intertwined, cultivation and force are combined, and Tianpeng has become the real uncrowned king. Chapter 4 Nuclear bomb crossing the three kingdoms expanded their territory. Just as Tianpeng was preparing to enter politics and promote the legalization of the underworld, the hostile forces behind him joined forces with the military to launch a nuclear explosion with the aim of completely destroying him. 10 nuclear bombs exploded around him, surrounded by flames and radiation, and the world seemed to collapse. However, his body contained visions of heaven and earth, and the immortal power protected his body, which saved him from disaster. After the nuclear explosion, he traveled through time and space to the troubled times of the three kingdoms. This. What the hell is this? Tianpeng rubbed his head, and in front of him were ancient city walls and unheard dialects. He knew that this was a chaotic and war-torn era. Chapter 5 The Reappearance of the Canopy Founding the World Association. With the cultivation of the Earth Immortal, Tianpeng quickly adapted to the situation of the three kingdoms. He used modern knowledge and cultivation techniques to befriend the people around Liu Bei, Cao, and Sun Quan, and secretly laid out his power. I came to change this troubled world. He muttered in his heart. Founded the World Association, recruited famous generals and strategists from the three kingdoms, absorbed local forces, and slowly formed a force that could not be ignored. Chapter 6 The Peerless Beauty Returns to the Heart. The power of the Tianxia Association grew day by day, and Xing Tianxing's reputation spread throughout the three kingdoms. Diao Chan's beauty and wisdom made him admire it at first sight. The two fought in the secret room, clashed in wisdom, and Xing Tianxing finally took her under his command. Zhen Mi's gentleness and piano skills impressed him, and Cai Wenji's talent and loyalty made him respect. Sun Shangxiang's martial prowess and De Qiao Xiaoqiao's style are even more rare. These peerless beauties became his allies and partners, and their political and military help also increased. Chapter 7 Fight between dragons and tigers. Resurgence of the Three Kingdoms. The situation in the Three Kingdoms was changing rapidly, and the three forces of Cao, Liu Bei and Sun Quan were in their own hands. Xing Tianxing used his cultivation powers and strategic vision to intervene in many battles and rewrite the direction of history. In a battle of Chibi, he secretly cast a spell to double the power of the fire attack and help the Sun Lu coalition win. The world is just a piece on my chessboard. Xing Tianxing sneered. Chapter 8 The Underworld and the Otherworldly Storm of the Cultivation Realm. The remnants from the future northeast underworld crossed through the cracks in time and space, colliding with the forces of the three kingdoms, causing unprecedented chaos. Xing Tianxing reconciled the forces of the two worlds and led everyone to resist the storm of the other world. This storm tested his wisdom, strength, and emotions at the same time, allowing him to grow into a true overlord. Chapter 9 Secret Calculation and Reversal of Life and Death. The forces of the world will be almost invincible, and the former enemies united with the heroes of the three kingdoms to plot against Xing Tianxing. A desperate trap left him severely injured, and his life and death were uncertain. In a coma, he entered the deepest part of his mind and burst out with unparalleled earth immortal divine power. Chapter 10 Reversing the Tide and Unifying the Three Kingdoms. Relying on the heaven and earth reversal technique, Xing Tianxing turned defeat into victory and foiled the enemy's conspiracy. In the midst of the war, he finally unified the three kingdoms with absolute strength, and the world would become the only royal power. The six beauties are accompanied by each other, the government orders are carried out all over the world, and the country is stable. Chapter 11 The Glory and Future of the World Society. A new order is established, the three kingdoms are peaceful, and cultivation and force merge into a new civilization. Xing Tianxing stood at the top of the imperial city, his eyes like a torch. This world finally belongs to me, to us. Surrounded by six beauties, both the country and the beauties are in his hands. Chapter 12 The Challenge of the New Order. The three kingdoms finally ushered in unprecedented peace under the leadership of Xing Tianxing, but this peace was not entirely stable. There are hidden voices of dissatisfaction within the world, and there is an undercurrent of friction between the old and emerging forces of the former forces. The six beauties have their own thoughts, and emotional entanglements have begun to affect decision-making. Xing Tianxing stood on the city tower, overlooking the lights of thousands of homes, but his heart was extremely heavy. You say, can this world really be peaceful for a long time? Diao Chan leaned sideways, his tone indifferent but chilling. Xing Tianxing looked back, his eyes firm, as long as I am alive, who dares to touch half of the world? Chapter 13 The Shadow on the Eve of the Storm. Just as Xing Tianxing was working hard to consolidate the country, from the darkness, a mysterious figure known as the Netherworld Assassin appeared. He has a strange power that can compete with the Earth Immortals, and frequently assassinates the top officials of the world society. Qin Jianghu and Liu Fifeng, the two fierce generals, attacked repeatedly, but they were never able to capture his trace. Cai Wenji studied ancient books in the study and found that the netherworld assassin seemed to be related to an unknown otherworldly force. Chapter 14 The Secret Alliance of All Beauties. The six beauties sensed the internal instability of the world and secretly formed an alliance. Sun Shangxiang sneered, "A man's world is unreliable after all, we must control our own destiny." Zhenmi was gentle but resolute, "As long as brother Tianxing is still here, we will be his strongest backing." In this secret power game, love and intrigue are entangled, who is an ally and who is secretly hostile. Chapter 15 The Earth Immortal Conference and the Vibration of the Immortal Realm. Marshal Tianpeng sent an urgent summons, and the Heavenly Realm would hold an Earth Immortal Conference to discuss the changes in time and space caused by Xing Tianxing's passage through the three realms. Xing Tianxing was forced to return to the Heavenly Realm and accept the judgment and trial of the immortals. This is his touchstone, and it is also the limit challenge of his cultivation and mind. Chapter 16 Awakening and Trials. In the Heavenly Trial, Xing Tianxing faced unprecedented inner demons and strong enemies. The true face of the netherworld assassin is revealed. He is actually a traitor who has been missing in the heavens for many years, trying to use the chaos of the three kingdoms to tear apart time and space. Xing Tianxing burst out with mysterious power on the edge of life and death, defeating his opponents and awakening to a higher level of cultivation. Chapter 17 Final Return, Final Battle in the Netherworld. At the end of the trial, Xing Tianxing returned to the three kingdoms and led the world to usher in the final showdown with the netherworld assassin. On the battlefield filled with gunpowder, immortal power broke out, heaven and man fought, and the rules of the world were broken. The six beauties of Diao Chan, Zhenmi, Cai Wenji, Sun Shangxiang, De Qiao, and Xiao Qiao all showed amazing power and became Xing Tianxing's invincible backing. Chapter 18 Tianpeng Strikes Back, the world is united. At the end of the decisive battle, the netherworld assassin was killed, the space-time rift was sealed, and the three kingdoms ushered in permanent peace. Xing Tianxing was honored as the supreme of the three realms by the immortals, and his name was recorded in history. The world will become a bridge between cross-border civilizations and cultivation, underworld, and the ancient world will be perfectly integrated. Chapter 19 The Legend Lives On. Many years later, the country is still prosperous, and the six beauties and Xing Tianxing worked together to create a prosperous era. Their stories became legends and were sung by future generations. Xing Tianxing stood at the peak, looked at the sky, and smiled indifferently. This road has just begun. Chapter 20 The Emotional Trial. The world is settled, and the six beauties each shoulder heavy responsibilities, but emotional entanglements gradually emerge. After a secret meeting, Diao Chan stood alone in the garden, looking solemn. She looked at Xing Tianxing under the moonlight and wondered, who is he still thinking about in his heart? Zhenmi is gentle and tender, but due to differences in ideas with Xing Tianxing, she gradually distances herself. The friendship and competition between Sun Shangxiang, De Qiao, and Xiao Qiao also made Xing Tianxing feel unprecedented pressure. An emotional storm is about to break out, and Xing Tianxing must find a balance between the world and emotions. Chapter 21 The Undercurrent Within the World Society. Inside the seemingly calm world, the undercurrent is surging. Some of the old forces were dissatisfied with Xing Tianxing's dictatorial management and secretly planned a coup. Liu Fifeng led loyal troops to closely monitor, but could not completely stop the spread of the conspiracy. Late at night, Xing Tianxing received a secret report and was almost assassinated. This made him realize that ruling the world is far more difficult than conquering the world. Chapter 22 The Final Choice. Shouldering the heavy responsibility of the world, Xing Tianxing faced a dilemma. Will we continue to maintain order with an iron fist, or will we let the world transform into a more democratic organization? The 6 beauties each made suggestions and argued fiercely. In the end, he decided under the moonlight, power must go hand in hand with benevolence. Chapter 23 A New Chapter in the World. Xing Tianxing announced the reform of the Tianxia Association and implemented a governance system with the participation of representatives of all parties. This caused a shock in the troubled times of the 3 kingdoms, and also aroused support and doubts from all sides. The 6 beauties have all become the backbone of reform, helping him lay a new foundation. The bell of the new era rang, and the country of the 3 kingdoms truly ushered in new glory. Chapter 24, Final Chapter, Eternal Domination. Time flies, Xing Tianxing and the 6 beauties join hands, the country is still the same, and the prosperous world is picturesque. Their stories are sung by poets and remembered by history. Xing Tianxing stood on the Luoyang city tower, looking at the rising sun in the distance, with infinite emotion in his heart. I used to be a gangster, but eventually became the supreme of the 3 realms. The world will never be erased. Postscript. From the gangsters on the streets of the northeast to the immortal overlord who traveled through the 3 kingdoms, Xing Tianxing's legend is not only a symbol of strength, but also the embodiment of tenacity and wisdom. He used his fists and mana to rewrite the trajectory of history. With heart and emotion, the brilliance of human nature is carved. The company of the 6 beauties is not only the pillar of power, but also the warmth of life. This story tells us that no matter where we are, if there is light in our hearts, we can break through the darkness and illuminate the future.